problem with blind faith, in other words, irrational faith, is it's irrational. And once you believe something strongly with all your life, all your energy, unto death, for no good reason, you will believe anything to life or death. And therefore, Germany, Hitler, that was Luther's country. Bach, Beethoven, highly religious people, irrational faith. Then suddenly they're in a terrible depression and they're like bankrupt and they can't buy food and they're all freaking out. And some complete lunatic comes and screams he's going to save them by attacking everybody, and their mind just turns into obedience to that. For obviously bad reasons. So the authoritarian personality, the believing something and disbelieving your own good sense, is not good for human beings. It doesn't lead to their good behavior in the long run. So we should have some encouragement that our own common sense is of use, and not have a switch in there that says that, well, I just don't understand. And I'm just being carried away by a flood. My baby just was trampled by gorillas, trampled by stormtroopers, but it must be for somebody's good. It happened. That's crazy, That's not good. Therefore, you have people with those beliefs slaughtering, killing, crusades, bombing, inquisition, burning women at the stake. It's gone on all through thousands of years. It's bad for people. Human being, the essence of human being is their intelligence and their ability to try to be responsible for something and try to improve it and improve their situation by understanding the causes of things that happen to them. So then, if about the biggest thing you're told, click, you don't know what it is, then that infantilizes you permanently. And then the wrong authorities will gain control over you. And you can't deny that's the history of it. No one can deny that. So, however, some cases, some people at some certain stage, unless they think there's some big punisher up there, they might not behave. And so that would be the one case where it might be better to believe that sort of thing. But that's very temporary. Pretty soon those people, if they will all fall into the wrong hands, and some nasty high priest or nasty ruler who pretends to be blessed by the high priest will tell them to go do some horrible thing, like go slaughter everybody in that village because they're infidels. And the guy will go do it. That doesn't make sense. Why should I go slaughter a bunch of women and children? For whatever reason. That doesn't make sense. But they'll do it because they're taught to do things that don't make sense. Sorry. You look very serious there. But we're teaching here now, And it's not a religious matter, by the way. I don't think it is really a religious matter. You can interpret even the idea of creator in such a way that and in a way, I would say maybe the Judaic thing is an advance on some earlier types of monotheistic ideas, in the sense that what they call in Kabbalism, in Kabbalah, Ein Sof, and what is there embedded in the idolatry commandment, which is the idea that the ultimate power or the ultimate reality of the universe is beyond comprehension. That prevents people from then speaking in the name of something. But the problem with giving that the name of a person in popular usage is that then they can say, God told me to do this, so you should go kill somebody. You can't say infinity told me to do this. That's why the Buddhists don't connect the tribal God name to some sort of ultimate thing. They call it freedom, voidness. Ein Sof, they call it, like the Kabbalists do. And like Christian mystics did, and Islamic Sufis did. The popular thing of giving it the name of the tribal god, which is like a father projection, is dangerous to make that ultimate, to absolutize that. Because that then creates people's dangerous behavior. So you can have a kind of whole language of God and the culture of God if you really put the Ein Sof to the fore. Because when you say, go kill those who don't believe in infinity, for infinity, ta-da-ta-da. Where's infinity? Infinity will be my help. Infinity will be my helper, and infinity will destroy my enemy. It's sort of infinity is not going to do much because infinity is the enemy, just as much as you. You see. So from a psychological, you could say, scientific point of view, it's the psychology of human absolutism and human ideology and how people hold views and convictions. It's important for people to remain reasonable and critical. Have a realistic view of the world. And a realistic view of the world, you know, is one that wants to discover the reality of it and doesn't accept an idea that, oh, you will never know that, and therefore you have to obey this or that. You see. Doesn't give people, the other people, the right to pretend they do know. Or pretend they've been told by someone who knows. Through a sign or through this or that. You know.